Hey everybody, it's Jenny McGarvey, and I am back to share with you today how I planned in my memory planner for the week of September 26th through October 2nd. Now you're thinking, memory planning, not for me. Stick around. I'm going to plan first and then add my photos and embellishments. So maybe that part's not for you, but the planning will come first. I am using this Planner Society kit, all of these great stickers and this washi, and then also including the patterned papers that you already saw laid out before. I'm going to take the left side of the original gold dot happy planner that I purchased way back in 2015. Hard to believe, right? And I'm going to set out to add my events, activities, and things in the happy planner. I'm going to use a few stickers from my stash, and then I'm also going to use the stickers from the planner kit. I would like to say that this turned out exactly how I had hoped, and the bottom line is that it didn't exactly turn out the way that I had hoped, but in the end, when it's all complete, I'm fairly happy with it and have a better understanding of how to make this work in the future using this type of kit. I'm just not used to it, and so I've had some difficulties in the last week or two with putting all of these different things together. But I'm going to stick to what I know, which is layering stickers and clustering things together, and that's what always makes me happy. So I'm going to try to keep remembering that as I move forward with items that are outside of my comfort zone. Now, as you can see, I did exactly that on Monday. I added a quarter box sticker with a little banner, and then also just used a couple of other stickers as bullet points, and that turned out exactly how I would normally plan and those types of things. Then moving on to Tuesday, I used another banner sticker, and then that super cute little scripty Tuesday. I know it's not exactly necessary to put that there because obviously right above it says Tuesday, but I thought it was a cute little addition right there, and it looks really good, and it's a little bit different than the other days as well, so that's a nice change for my eye. Now on Tuesday afternoon, I'm adding all of the activities and events, and I'm using the different little colored bullet points and alternating the sides that they go on. Now it's absolutely okay to keep the bullet points on the same side. I just like the way that they bounce back and forth and how that makes your eye move about the page a little bit more. Using a simple banner sticker for my late start on Sunday morning. What's really cool is there's a lot of different shapes in this kit, and it's a fun way to add some variety and have things not look exactly the same from box to box to box. And then in that same idea, then using one of those simple labels to note the activity that's on Wednesday afternoon. Now, I am keeping things very, very simple for my planning process because I want to leave plenty of room for photos and decoration as well. Now, I'm moving on to the second half of the page, and I'm trying to figure out how I will continue to move forward on the second half, keeping things similar in that I want them to coordinate with the first half, but different in that are there any different things that I haven't done yet that I feel like would make this page more cohesive and a little bit more like my style. So you will see that I did pull out a quarter box. These are from Libby and Company, by the way, and then also paired that with a little bullet type sticker right above it. Now again, I just want to reiterate that I'm not spacing things out the way that I traditionally do with my regular planner, mostly just because this is my memory planner and I want to leave bigger areas of space so that I can add photos and journaling and decorations as well. Now, I did go ahead on Friday morning and use a slightly more involved way to write Friday flag, as it's kind of both a note of an activity but then also sort of a decoration as well. Like I wanted it to be kind of like a headline or a title for a photo that I'm going to add in a little bit. Now on Saturday morning, I took two of the same type of sticker and used them together, although I did alternate the sides that the pattern is on, and that's also just the same thing that I did earlier in the week with the bullet points, just keeping them on opposite sides so that my eye bounces back and forth. Now on Sunday, I am using two of the teeny tiny little bullet point type stickers to bring attention to the time, and then I will write the rest of the activity right below that. I like that because it's a very simple, completely simple way to bring attention to something, yet it is still interesting and decorative as well. Now you can see that the whole part of planning is finished, and there's lots of holes there certainly, but that's on purpose so that I can leave plenty of room for decoration and for photos. So you can see that I printed out some 3x4 photos and then also some 2x2 photos. All of these were done on my Canon selfie printer using an app called PicFrame to create the different collages and the different sizes. I also am using a circle paper punch to punch that cute little photo on Monday into a circle. I like to have different sizes and different shapes. I think that it adds not only variety, but it just is better design as opposed to them all being exactly the same and not lending themselves to a more creative overall look. Now I'm simply trimming them up and placing them where I think that I want them to go. Again, making sure that I am creating good design as well as getting the stories told and having them go with the activities where they match. So as you can see, I have a rectangle down at the bottom, and then at the top I have a square, and then over on the left hand side I have a circle. And so the thing is here is that there's two different things going on. I have the different shapes, but then I also have that visual triangle as well. If you'll notice, I could draw lines in between and it would create a triangle, which is a good design idea. It's always good to think in terms of threes and keeping things in that visual triangle. How many more times can I say that? Anyway, I am using a pair of scissors simply to cut out the flowers from this beautiful piece of patterned paper from Planner Society. I have been hanging on to this paper for months now because I absolutely love it. I wanted to make sure that I used it in a way that really did it justice because it's just so stinking gorgeous. Now I'm pairing it along with my circle photo and clustering them together, and in the end I think it turns out super cute. I really do love that. Now this washi tape is kind of my favorite of all time. I really love it. It's beautiful, and the black is super striking as well, and that's not something that you typically see, so I really do love having that. Again, I'm not going to overdo it with any particular element. I'm going to keep it simple, just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I feel like it makes it the focus on the photos and the activities because, to be perfectly honest, the focus is not for me on the decor so much. That's just an added bonus and something that really helps accentuate the events and the photos. Now this is the point where it gets a little bit tricky because I'm trying to decide different design pieces that will go different places that are not only cute but will also not overwhelm the page, because I am very much a simple planner and a simple scrapbooker as well, and so I like there to be white space and I like there to be places for your eye to rest. So while I want to add those cute little elements, I also want them to make sense as well. I'm adding a little strip down at the bottom, and that's on purpose because I'm going to use it as sort of a baseline for these alphabet stickers, which are from Me and My Big Ideas. And I'm going to spell out Snapchat because my son and I both love the fun different filters, and we have fun doing that together. It sounds kind of silly, but we laugh and laugh and laugh, and so that's definitely something that I wanted to include in my planner, as it's just a huge source of amusement for the two of us. So now we've done a lot here with the pages, and now what I want to do is I also want to incorporate the pocket pages as well, and I also want to incorporate some journaling. So as you can see, I pulled out my mat so I can line up my ruler and create some straight lines. I'm simply just using my Flair pen and drawing some straight lines. This is one of my favorite ways to add journaling. I wouldn't have to. I could absolutely just do my journaling or have pencil lines or something like that, but I like the bold contrast that the lines present, and so it's one of my favorite things to do in terms of adding journaling, and I feel like it really just helps me do another part of this process, which is super important to me, which is adding the little bits of thoughts and bits and pieces of the stories as well. Like I said, I'm using a Papermate Flair pen. It's what I use in pretty much all of my planners. It does not bleed through the Happy Planner. It looks really good. It works well with my personal handwriting, and I just like the way that it feels. Now, as you can see, after I finished my journaling, it really helped fill in a couple of those big white spots of white spots. There's no other way to say that. So I want to add the last finishing touches, which includes like a little strip right here of those cute stickers, and just making sure that the whole thing has worked out and is pleasing to my eye overall. So I still need a little bit of something, like a little flower sticker up there in the corner. That'll help just add a little bit more decor and sort of draw the whole thing together. Now, in the back of my big memory planner is where I store the pocket pages. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of those little photos that I've already printed, and I'm going to peel the edges off, which is how the Canon selfie photos come when you use that little printer. And I'm going to start mapping out where they're going to go in these page protectors. Now, I've already done that. I do a little bit of pre-planning on a piece of paper beforehand, but I like to see them visually how I've planned them to make sure that they all go. I'm adding just a simple little quarter box sticker to the top just so I can add the tiniest bit of journaling. This photo is fairly self-explanatory, but I also can understand how in the future it's nice to have an explanation for something as well. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm really in love with the patterned papers. They are just so, so cute. I love them. They are just spot on this month. They're very exciting. So what I've done is I've just trimmed up a 3x4 section of the patterned paper, and I'm adding my photos directly to it. Now, in the end, I don't like the photo on this particular patterned paper. It's too busy. It's just not what I planned. So what I did do later on off the screen is I added a slightly smaller, leaving a quarter edge of the patterned paper poking out, a black piece of cardstock on top of it, and it made all of the difference. It coordinates really well with the rest of the photos on the page, in the pockets on that particular page, and it also just really makes it not as busy as it is. So now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to use the patterned papers that I already have right there that you can see, in addition to a couple more photos. Now I have a couple of 2x2 photos that I'm going to put both of them onto the 3x4 card. And then I'm also going to just adhere them right there, as you can see. Now, again, I'm not 100% sure with kind of the plans that I had made. I don't love the idea of the photo directly on the patterned paper, as you'll see. It's a little bit crazy. It's not quite as streamlined as I would maybe hope for, and that's okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add the alphabet stickers, and then I'm also going to do a little bit of journaling, and you'll see in the photo at the very end that I do end up covering it up with cardstock, and that's okay. It's no big deal. And that's pretty much it. I'm just going to make up some finishing touches, and I will be finished. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed my video, please leave me a thumbs up. It lets me know that you liked it, and it also lets YouTube know the types of things that you like to see. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below, and I will do my best to get back to you. Thank you so much, and make it a great day.